What makes one an exceptional presenter? Is it flashy visuals? Is it the tone of voice? Is it the actual message or content? Or does it have something to do with body language, our gestures, and our stance? Today, we want to talk to you about this latter point. How do we use our body effectively to communicate our message? The body language plays a powerful role in how we communicate. And unfortunately, body language can also distract. The last thing we want at a startup pitch or meeting is to have that happen, is to have the body language take over from the message. If we lose sight of what our body is doing, all people can pay attention to is the body itself, right? It'll take over. So that comes down to not only can it distract, but the body language is your superhero, right?
Communication begins before you even open your mouth to speak. Your audience's first impression of you is your posture and your position. And so it's important to know both how to stand as well as where to stand. And perhaps it's fairly obvious, but you should stand facing the people you're talking to. Don't stand facing your visuals and turning your back to the audience. That's not what we want to do. We can't communicate that way. It's also important to know where you're standing in the room. A position of strength in this room is somewhere in this center box. As long as you're moving around in the center, you're doing pretty well. Where you don't want to be is off in the corner cowering, or especially in front of any distraction. And this room is pretty good. It doesn't have that many distractions, but there is a window. And outside this window, there are cars, there are buses, there are bikers. And when I was standing over there, probably about half of you could see in your peripheral vision outside the window. And if a car were to drive by, your instinct, your reaction would be to look out the window, and that would break your concentration and our conversation. And we don't want that either.